Yes, I am alive and I am back to terrorize you with my East European English accent. For start, I have prepared 3 lens reviews and the first one will be Panasonic 14-28 full-frame L-mount lens. It looks and feels just like any other L-mount zoom lens and that's a good thing. Build quality is reassuring and the zoom ring moves smoothly. Front element accepts filters in standard 77mm diameter. When optical zoom is used, front element moves slightly but only within outer lens casing. Focus ring uses focus-by-wire system. Focusing speed is basically instantaneous and I had no problems with accuracy on the S5 II and S1 whatsoever, at least in single focus mode. On the side there is a manual focus switch. Lens mount is made from metal and the lens is fully weather sealed just like all other Panasonic L-mount lenses. Lens hood is delivered with the lens. Weighing around 350 grams and at around 9 cm length, this is fairly compact lens. It balances great on the S5 or S5 II. Actually, it is very close to size and feel of the well-known 20-60mm lens. 14-28 has variable aperture. It gets smaller when you zoom in, and here is the chart what is available at various focal lengths. As for zoom range, this is how it looks like at various focal lengths. Resolution and contrast are very good at the center. Some minor improvement can be observed by stopping it down to 5.6 at 16mm. Aside from that, other focal lengths are all very good already wide open. Corners are fine at wide zoom setting but show a bit lower performance at other zoom positions. Here stopping it down to f8 usually brings best results. Not bad by any means, just not ideally sharp. Keep in mind these crops are from far corners and most of the frame is actually similar to center performance. When analyzing real-life images, this lens is perfectly fine. What I like the most is how consistent the results are. There is no focal length or aperture value which would be visibly worse than others. Also, I haven't noticed any traces of decentering. I tested this lens on 24MP sensor, and while I don't know exactly how it would perform on the S1R, which is 47MP, it probably won't matter to most users, as the S5 is the most used camera in this system. Also, I compared it with 20-60mm lens for focal lengths at which both overlap. At 20mm center, regions are hard to tell apart. Corners show more differences. 20-60 seems to have better resolving power, but 14-28 better contrast. Keep in mind they have different aperture values at this focal length, and as soon as you stop down a bit, differences disappear. At 28mm focal length, I am having a really tough time trying to tell them apart. There are no signs of focus shift, but ultra-wide lenses rarely have it. At 28mm there is no focus breathing at all. At 14 I noticed some, but it is very low and in real life use probably won't be visible unless you explicitly look for it. Excellent performance. This lens is parafocal, what means it doesn't move focus plane when you zoom in or out. Great stuff. Lateral chromatic aberrations are non-existent. They are removed in camera even in raw files, but as long as the results are this good, I don't care. Longitudinal chromatic aberrations are not present as well. Geometry is also corrected in camera, so no problems here as well. If I were nitpicking, there still is just a slight barrel curvature at 14mm zoom position, but this is very low and can be seen only when shooting subject with pronounced flat lines, like this brick wall. It can easily be removed completely in post. F4 lens is not anyone's first choice for astrophotography, but with modern combinations of high-performance cameras and noise reduction software, there's nothing stopping you from using it for wide-field astrophotographs once in a while. I think it delivers quite solid results. Some coma in corners does happen, but it is not strong and in real-life shots like the one you've seen before, it is not so obvious. Light falloff is barely visible only at 14mm wide open, but disappears already at 5.6. Couldn't notice any at all other focal lengths. This lens has quite good performance with strong light sources in the frame. Minor artifacts can be seen, but nothing that would pose a big problem. Contrast appears to be unchanged. F4-5.6 has a rated 0.5 times magnification, what is usually called half macro. Therefore, some serious close-ups are possible with this lens. This brings me to bokeh, which is easy to achieve due to close focusing capabilities. With simple background, I would say bokeh is quite solid, but can become harsh with sharp-edged objects in the background, like branches. Quite good results nevertheless. Sunstars do appear, but I would call them average at best. Instead of being sharp and well-defined, light rays often tend to spread out. This is probably the only aspect of this lens that left me a bit disappointed. For the end, I can say I am quite impressed by F4-5.6 lens. At relatively compact size and weighing only 350 grams, Panasonic managed to make a weather-sealed ultra-wide zoom of impressive performance. Aside from underwhelming sunstars, F4-5.6 delivers excellent optical performance in all aspects. Honestly, I am toying with the idea of buying it myself. That's all for this review. If you have a question, feel free to ask me in the comment section below. For those of you in Croatia, you can find me in real life in Anigota store where I work, and those of you from other countries, please use Amazon affiliate links as I get a small commission from every purchase. Thanks for watching.